know how to light a spark, just to let your worries unwind. When you're down, there's just one way to go. Let us ascend tonight. Everyone could be so happy, and the sun will shine all night. Have a good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. And get your feet up on the floor.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Anybody doing anything special today? Anybody? Hey, let me just say hi to who's here early. It's early for me. I mean, it's early for me to be on. I've got a lunch, not a date. I got lunch with some friends, so I had to come on early or not come on, and so that's where we are. Hey, Amber, welcome. You were first. Well, Broken Justice was first, but you were uh first non-mod sub to come in. Hey, Broken Justice, thank you. Up and early. Yeah, I'm always up early. I just don't usually go live early this early. And but here we are. Hey Cole. I mean, I've had some people ask me to go, go live at this time, and it interferes with my exercise routine. So on the days when I do that. Hey Souls. Kermit the Frog, how you doing today? Uh busy with the end of the football season. Amber, good. Souls is good, I think. Are you good? Y'all, there's a bunch of drama going on yesterday, and fortunately, as far as I know, like I wasn't involved with any of it directly. But if y'all know something, if anybody needs to talk or needs a platform because maybe you were called out or something, let me know. It is freezing. It's 40 degrees right now here. I brought in all my plants yesterday and all my, house plants. And so chicken feet. Yeah, it's really cold. It's good sleeping weather, and I closed all my windows, but one, I just realized when I got up, my windows are so, thin and old, and they're just not much insulation. So there's not a whole lot of difference when they're open and closed, I guess. But I got all the windows closed, and I've got some heat going. It was 50 something in my living room when I got up. It takes you till about 11, Broken. No, I'm awake. I just we got up a little before 7 over here in my house. Oh, it's cold. 70. Wow, cold. That's not cold. Well, see, it's all relative because once I hit a certain age, I go from hot weather to freezing, and I stay cold the whole winter. And I was going to do a fireside chat yesterday. We got a bunch of rain Sunday, and we've had a burn ban all summer long. Haven't been able to build a fire. We didn't want to. It was so hot. But last summer, I did go out in the summer and have fires in my fire pit, but it just was so hot this year. I just didn't. And then yesterday, so I called the number for our, a number provided to find out if there's a burn ban, because there is a burn ban. And we got all that rain, and I called, and it's the fire department, and they were like, "Yeah, I said, "What? We just didn't get enough rain?" And he goes, "No." So we still have a burn ban, and I think the next rain maybe this weekend coming up, but I don't know if that's going to do it. I mean, I don't know. I'll be building fires out there when it's 20 degrees the way we're looking because I want to build a fire. I love that. Oh, you do, Amber? Yeah, I got to get up and get those kids out. I'm in Arkansas, Souls. Arkansas. And yeah, it got really, um, I mean, this is the earliest that have gotten this cold. Now it says it's 39 degrees. I'm just looking at the computer. I guess it's Google weather or something. But yeah, it's cold. So last night I was listening to. I clicked over on Natasha's, and I got a clip of something that she said, and I started working on a video last night, and then I decided to just finish it today. So I do have a video coming up of a clip of hers. When I looked this morning, her video's not there, so I don't know if it's one that she moved over to her Patreon or if it got taken down for some other reason. I don't have the link to it, so I don't know if that's what happened. Maybe she privated it, moved it to Odyssey or Patreon or something like that. I don't know. Or clipping out some music or something. I don't know. I don't know. But I do have my clip. And so I will be making a video about that later because it struck me really funny. And so I'm gonna do that. Other things going on that I know about as far as in the news, like, okay, so there's a news conference today for little Quentin, um, the little boy that has been determined to be no longer with us. He's been officially missing for I don't know a couple of weeks now, I think, and so there's some kind of press conference for that in about an hour. Well, I don't know. That's when I saw somebody had set up a live for in an hour, so I don't know if it's probably going to be a little bit after that. And then I brought up a story to y'all not too long ago, a few lives ago, about the 4 missing men in Oklahoma. And then I just didn't get pulled into it a whole lot. I didn't find a lot of interest in it because it just seemed like there's something weird about it, but I didn't know. And I saw where these 4 men had gone to these different scrap yards or something, and they had been able to follow them with one of their phones and maybe some cameras. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not like all into it. And then I heard they found remains in a river near there. And then I found out that there were dismembered remains. So they found the 4 men apparently shot with dismembered parts of 4 men, y'all. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of work somebody went to do all of that, and then just throw them in the river like they're not going to be found. Scrapyard. It seems like maybe they would have. Well, there seems like ways they could have got rid of them where they couldn't have been found if you're going to tear their bodies apart. Yeah, I mean it's just gross. It's kind of early in the morning for that, but oh, a chance of snow. Oh my gosh, where are you, souls? Yeah, they found them. They found them, and then I saw where somebody posted about a missing young lady. I think she's 17, who was gone off with her boyfriend. Well, missing with her boyfriend, and he's back and she's not. So that reminds us all of Gabby. And then yesterday there was a video of Gabby and Brian the day that apparently the day that he killed her, going into a Whole Foods or some sort of I don't know exactly. And even in store of them walking around. I mean, to me there's not really a whole lot to see there. It's sad because they didn't look very happy or anything, but I don't know how you look when you go in a grocery store, but Gabby had her arms folded and just didn't seem they didn't seem to be interacting like, a happy couple, but again, I mean, not really anybody does 24/7. So I don't to me I couldn't take a whole lot away from that. And I don't have the original and I don't want to play somebody else's that whoever got that. If somebody has it like from a news source or something and you want me to play it, I sure will, but I'm not going to play one of these other people's. Hey Froggy, Michigan. Yeah, it's always cold up there, isn't it? Mother Nature is a biatch, right, Kerm? Uh, but I love like October's my favorite month. I love October. And one of my friends when I was in college, her dad pointed out how blue the sky is in October. And I always think of him. He passed away, I don't know, 10 years or so ago. But I think of him in October and I think of that, how, the sky gets so blue and the weather turns and it's still football season. So, I mean, October's my favorite month and I'm gonna enjoy all of it I can. Hey, Gizmo, does anybody? Yeah, her body language wasn't very good. It wasn't. Hey, SA. Yeah, we're just chatting today, just chatting about whatever comes up. I don't have a whole, show lined out or anything. I just thought we could come on and touch base and see if anybody had anything they needed to talk about. Um, I get emails from time to time. Well, I do. It's like a bunch of hey, no T Adams. It's a bye week for the Hogs. It's a bye week, and we needed it. Um, I would say Alabama probably needs a bye week too after their loss. Now we won last week, but what was I saying? Gizmo, yes, it got cold here. It's 39 degrees right now. At almost 9 a.m. and I'm cold and I've got some heat running in here. October's my favorite, but every disaster that happened. Oh no, broken. That's horrible. Kind of a pattern there, huh? Your fiance will cry. Well, T. Adams, everybody needs a break, and everybody gets a bye week during the season. So it happens to be a week of rest for the Hogs. So I'll probably watch another game. Chicken feet. Okay, chicken feet. What do you want to talk about it? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, chicken feet. How are you going to be? Almost your birthday. No, so I get emails from time to time and people get mad and they say, all kinds of stuff. And as a creator, I think that we kind of expect that. Um, but I haven't gotten anything too mean lately that, I haven't gotten anything too terribly mean. Um, you get people get mad because I don't think they get mad at me for not answering emails because I do. I do. As of right now, I am able to keep up with, you know, emails and stuff, but it gets tougher with time, with more subscribers and more, uh, especially in the drama. Whenever there's a lot of drama going around about me, I get emails. And I, a couple weeks ago, whenever all the drama started about me and my washing machine and my, you know, stuff that was going on, I started getting some kind of ugly emails and stuff. I guess it's par for the course. But you know, one thing that I have gotten a lot, uh not a lot, a few emails about is that people will say they came in my chat and they didn't um where was I? And they didn't nobody said hi. And were they blocked and stuff? And so I'm like, well, I don't know. Let me go look because y'all know that I really like to interact with my chat and I really want to say hi to everybody. And sometimes I miss people and then I get behind in chat. So I just skip a whole bunch. And so I don't want anybody to ever get your feelings hurt because I didn't see you or didn't say hi to you because I do try. And I always say I don't mean to miss anybody, but um if you are here and you don't see a message, I don't see it or say hi to you, please just let me know in the chat. Just, use capital letters or something and say, hey, Barb, I'm here. You missed me or something, dummy. Broken, that's terrible. So you've, wow, October 24th. It sounds like maybe you should just, I don't know, if you're a praying person, maybe maybe pray a lot that day, go to a church, but, I mean, anything can happen, but it's weird that all that happened on the same day. Wow, that's horrible. Yeah, Gizmo, I mean, that's the thing is, and sometimes it depends on what's going on in a live stream whether I'm able to really interact or not, because if I'm doing commentary, so I'm talking to them and and stopping, and I just don't always see everything. I guess it kind of depends on when you come in as well, but it's never intentional. If you're in here and I don't want you in here, I'm probably just gonna well, I might ignore you. I might block you. I don't know. It depends on what you're saying. Uh yeah, broken. That's horrible. SA loves it. This is my favorite chat. Oh, souls. Yeah, Gizmo, I don't either. I'll say, especially in true crime, like I'm gonna go in and say, hey, if it's a busy chat, I'm probably not gonna chat a whole lot. Um, Also, if it's drama, I'm gonna be very careful about uh talking, saying things, because you know how that gets carried over into other places. Like, so if you're chatting in, oh, I don't know, let's say you're in Granny's and she's talking about another creator and you chat in there, then then sometimes these other creators will be like, I'm just blocking everybody who's in your chat. Well, to me that's just ridiculous, because I believe people should go where they want to go. Do I look up to people who do that? Not people who like chase somebody around the whole YouTube and then end up being a member of their thing. I mean, stuff like that. No, I'm like, whoa, that's just weird. So I'm never gonna like look at that person the same again, because uh, it's just weird that you would do that. That just it just shows that you're just looking for to be relevant or to be important, to be important or something, if you can turn about face so quickly on somebody. Hey, juror, how you doing? Welcome to the Scoop with Barb. Big hello. Sea souls, that's a thing, and you get your and I did a we did a live stream the other day about that, how uh my chat was being used in somebody else's content, and then we were using her, so we were showing her showing that, and it's all really silly, but I think that everybody gets their fair shake, because you get a chance to you're going to show everybody's comments on mine, then I'm going to show comments on yours and talk about it. So, you know, you're too chatty, essay. Well, I mean, you have to be careful. You don't have to. If you don't have a channel, I don't think you have to be as careful. But the thing is, there are subscribers who stir up more shit than any uh than any creator on here. I mean, it's just crazy. And I mean, I love all of y'all. I love my subscribers, and people who there's people I like who I don't even know if they subscribe to me, but you know, I don't know, it's just crazy. It's crazy, y'all. All right, so let me see something here. Just a second. I'm still with you. I'm still here with y'all. I'm looking at something. Um, all right. Always friendly souls. Are y'all into or what true crime are any of y'all watching, if any at all? Because um I'm looking at a few cases to possibly talk about it in depth. I don't, but again, nothing's really just like pulled at me. You got to do this, you got to do this, and the thing, like this whole thing with Kylie Rodney. Now they're saying, okay, so then this the toxicology came back, and people were looking at it and saying, well, they didn't even test for fentanyl. Well, come to find out, they did. They tested for a whole lot of stuff. It's just how the report looks. And to the but I don't here's what I don't get about that is she barely had she had marijuana and, ethanol, which they said could have been from decomp. How was the collie supposedly too drunk to drive, and then she didn't have hardly anything in her bloodstream? I mean, that's just weird. Um, I mean, I can get pretty tipsy on, like, 1 drink, but, you know, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, Fiddly D, it's you we're looking for. It's you we're looking for. But yeah, that was interesting to me that that happened. Let me see if I can get, let me see if I can get, uh, just a second. Alright, I don't know. I was looking at it looks like a yeah, I was wondering that too, Souls. I was wondering that too because, um, after you're in the water for so long, I was wondering how that affected, like, alcohol content or anything, but I don't know, and I there is a lady on here who is a a medical doctor who has been making some videos, and I had it saved here. I don't know if she would let us play it. I don't know how she would be. She's her channel's probably blowing up right now because of the new people finding her and stuff because of this case. And she's a very intelligent, well-spoken doctor with a lot of credentials and so yeah, I can't find it. I had it here. An Arkansas case or one that's not overly covered on. Yeah, Gizmo. Well, I do still have 2 cases that I'm going to do pre-recorded that have are closed cases, and someone asked me to do the Missy Beavers case. It's a cold case, and that was the lady who was killed inside a church. And there's video of somebody in there and everything, but it's never been solved. So I need to look into that because I remember when that was going on, one of my friends was really, really into it. Um, so that's one that I might do. Oh, you have? Yes. The Boys on the Track. Whose podcast was it, Gizmo? Because a lady that I've met, we're Facebook friends and stuff, and I actually had coffee with her one time because I was getting ready to publish my book or was looking into publishing my book, and she self-published several books. She's also the same. It's Mara Leverett. She also did the Boys on the Track book, and she did the West Memphis 3, um, Damien Eccles and those guys, and she's very much thinks they're innocent. I very much think they're guilty, but anyway, that's, her book on that. And then she did another book on the Mina. There supposedly was drug stuff happening in Mina off this airstrip here in Arkansas. So yeah, she did the Boys on the Tracks. Is it her podcast? Is she doing a podcast? Probably not. Fiddle D, the last time I looked, they hadn't been live in about like they went live a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, and before that hadn't gone live, and then I haven't seen them since. I did send them an email and check on them, and I never heard back. And then they went live again, so I knew they were okay. But I think Christiane started a new job. She was talking about changing jobs and had a job, and I'm not going to say where because I don't know what if that's where she is now. And also, Sally Ann was not feeling well, had something going on with her health, and so yeah, that's all I know. Fiddly D. Like I said, I tried to check on him, but I never heard back. So there was these boys killed on the train tracks. Here, I'll see if I can find. boys. Let's see. Um, Here, I'll just tell you. I'll just give y'all some information from Wikipedia. It's Don Henry and Kevin Ives. They were. It was in August of 1987. The bodies of 16-year-old Don Henry and 17-year-old Kevin Ives were hit by a freight train in Alexander, Arkansas, which is a suburb of Little Rock, as they lay on the tracks. The engineer engaged the brakes while blowing the horn, but the train could not stop in time and rolled over the bodies. A second autopsy revealed that Don Henry had been stabbed in the back and Kevin Ives' skull had been crushed prior to being run over. Now, look, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. Like I thought they were saying yeah, here's what they were saying. The deaths were initially ruled an accident, the results of the boys in a deep sleep on the tracks while incapacitated due to high amounts of THC allegedly present in their blood, which was the craziest thing I'd ever heard because who smokes so much marijuana that you end up laying on railroad tracks and falling asleep and not being able to hear a train? I mean, y'all, it just didn't make sense. Um, why would you even lay down? Railroad tracks wouldn't be comfortable, and why would you end up there? Um, the parents of both boys insisted on a second autopsy, and after exhumation, it was ruled that homicide was likely. And another pathologist ruled that Don Henry's shirt showed evidence of a stab wound. So I don't remember all this from 1987. I mean, I remembered when it happened, and then I remember when one of, well, I told y'all about the man who came over and had all the cocaine and was just like giving it to me and my boyfriend. This was in the 90s. And come to find out, he was involved with some of this stuff in this county and even was mentioned as being part of this case in some way or knowing these guys. So it was all really weird. It's a little too close to home for me. So here's a little background. Are y'all interested in this? Because it is a good case to talk about. Oh, the DA. Let me see what y'all are saying. You know the judge that did the West Memphis 3? Yeah, T. Adams, and, one of the prosecutors I met one time, and he was running for office. I can't remember, but I met him, and I asked him, and, it's just I think they're guilty, but a lot of people, well, yeah, what's his name? A lot of musicians and stuff got involved in the case with the West Memphis 3, and a lot of, just a lot of stuff happened with that. Those are 2 of the bigger cases here in Arkansas. Yeah, Gizmo, because, I didn't remember hearing that one of them had a crushed skull. Oh, yeah, the DA was later arrested on drug charges, and he's suspected by a lot of people. I've smoked 2 chicken feet, like, really? I've never slept that good with all of my sleeps combined. Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, I have used marijuana my whole like, since I was 16. I'm legal now. I have a medical marijuana card. I I used to fall asleep a lot whenever I was using, and just the other night, I fell asleep sitting in my chair, which, I mean, I'm like, "This doesn't happen." But to be so asleep that you don't hear a train coming, and to be so high that you go and lay down on a railroad track with your head, there's rails, you know, and head on one and feet on the other. I mean, that's just weird. Who would do that? It's not comfortable. You wouldn't do that. And depending on which kind of marijuana you're talking about, is it indica or sativa? Because sativa would it put you it wouldn't make you sleepy like that. But I mean, this was back in the '80s, so they probably just had, homegrown, whatever. They weren't getting the same stuff we get now, so I don't know. I don't know, but I don't think marijuana makes anybody sleep that much. How many people have been killed sleeping on railroad tracks? I don't know. I don't know. New member Gary. Welcome, Gary. Welcome to the family. I love having you here. And as you were told yesterday, Gary, thank you. I put you on as a mod. So welcome to the family and thank you. Let's go back. Oh yeah, is it at 10 o'clock? Is it in like 45 minutes or now? Because we could show that if you want. If there is there like a feed for it? He's been found or what? I'm trying to find it. Da 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 da. Does anybody know where it's going to be? Anybody can send me a link and we can play it if we're still here. I do have to leave. Police were, oh, that's 4 days ago. Can one of my mods find me the link to where his news conference is today? Thanks, Gerard. Or if you know, Gerard, somebody send me the link. 71, you don't need anything. Well, and here's the thing with yeah, I'll play it if somebody's got it, can give me the link to it. Sure. Now that we have this fentanyl problem in the United States, I'm concerned about well, I mean, I used to do things that were bought from, you know, whoever, drugs back in the 90s again. But somebody could put fentanyl on just about anything. So as far as marijuana goes, getting it from a dispensary, excuse me, a dispensary means that you're getting pure, untainted, yeah, non hardcore, make you fall asleep anywhere, but definitely not marijuana. Yeah, or drunk, even drunk. My, I don't even know if being drunk would make you fall. Hey, Taco, would make you go to sleep on the railroad tracks. Anybody looking for that for me? Anybody? Please send me that link, because otherwise I'm just gonna have to go look while we're here because I want to watch it. Oh, it's at 10 here, Fox, Carolina. Where is it going to be? WTOC. Let me see if I can get it here. Holding joint news conference at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I'm still looking for a link to like, is it going to be on here live? Oh, let's live stream like I wish somebody could help me find that so I can keep talking and that's 71, right? WSAV. WSAV. Live stream. Is it going to be on the live stream, I guess? Does anybody know? I'm just trying to find it. Well, it's not for a while. So if anybody can get me a link to where it's going to be live, or yeah, thank you, Souls. Then I'm going to go back and talk about the boys on the track a little bit more because it is interesting, and I'm remembering some things that I had forgotten. Um, at 4 a.m. on August 23rd, 1987, the crew, a 75 car, 6,000 ton Union Pacific freight train, more than a mile long. Y'all, a mile long train. Ah, that's a lot. Traveling more than 50 miles per hour en route to Little Rock, spotted two boys lying motionless across the tracks. Members of the crew also stated that the bodies were partly covered by a green tarp, though police disputed the evidence of any such tarp and none was ever recovered from the scene. Yeah, that was a big controversy about this supposed tarp. Um, Nearby were a 22 caliber rifle and a flashlight. The boys did not move despite the sound and vibration of the approaching train, its emergency brakes, and its air horn. More than 1,000 feet of the decelerating train crossed the point where the bodies lay before it came to a stop. Police never found the tarp. The bodies had reportedly left home about midnight. The boys to go hunting. Supposedly, they were using hunting techniques known as spotlighting, which involves using a bright light to scan for animals whose eyes brightly reflect the light after dark. The medical examiner, Dr. Fahmy Malik, ruled the deaths an accident as a result of marijuana intoxication, saying the boys had smoked the equivalent of 20 marijuana cigarettes and fell asleep on the tracks. The parents did not accept this finding and conducted their own investigation. I believe one of their mothers recently passed away. Let me see. Uh, a live stream because they are lining up. No, just woke up. So it's going to be at the live stream button there. Taco, True Crime Garage, Taco, hey Taco, Gary. I thought I saw somebody else come in. Okay. Then um a second autopsy was done in 1988 by Dr. James Garriall. I don't know how to say his name. He was skeptical of the findings about marijuana. A second autopsy by Georgia medical examiner Dr. Joseph Burton found the equivalent of 1 or 2 marijuana cigarettes, not 20. A grand jury ruled the deaths a probable homicide when it was found that Don Henry's shirt contained evidence of a stab wound, and Kevin Ives' skull may have been crushed by his own rifle. The ruling was then changed to definite homicide. Don Henry's father also noted that he did not believe his son would have risked his gun getting scratched by laying it on gravel. 1 week before the boys died, a man wearing military fatigues was spotted not far from the train tracks. When an officer attempted to stop him, the man opened fire and managed to disappear into the night. On the same night the boys died, a similar looking man dressed in military fatigues was spotted nearby. The usual theory given about the boys' deaths, believed by Linda Ives, that's the mother of Dawn, involves drug trafficking. The theory is that the boys came upon a drug drop from an airplane similar to Barry Seal's operations near Mena and were murdered. I didn't, so Marl Everett covered this in a book and a lot of writing too. She used to write for the Arkansas Times, which is in Little Rock. It's the one I have the cover for. It's the only thing I wrote for them. I have a cover story with that newspaper. I'm not really a journalist, according to somebody in Natasha's chat. I don't believe she was a journalist. Well, I was. But anyway, um, so then she went and wrote that book about the Mena. So let me see what you guys are saying. Chatham County Police Department. Chatham Police Department. Um, yeah, I wish I had a link so that I could just click on it and go when it's time. But it's still a little ways away. Thank you though. Thanks everybody who looked and is helping me with that. Would be over the moon with 50 bags of snacks. Yeah, a lot of no, everyone's lining up in their lives for. Yeah, it is going to be a lot of people going to sleep for a break and still being impacted. WJCL. WJCL. I've got. Lordy. Well, yeah, we may. I mean, I may end my live before it starts if I don't have the link because I know a lot of people are covering this case and I haven't been. But Broken's looking for me, so and it's not for another 30 minutes, and I don't have a lot planned, so we'll see how we're doing when that time comes. Um. Okay. Where was I? Over here. I got so many links open. Dan Harmon, a prosecutor of the case who was later arrested for dealing drugs, is one person implicated in the murder. Keith McCaskill, also implicated in the murder, was stabbed to death by an unknown attacker. The case was profiled on the television program Unsolved Mysteries. The death of Henry and Ives, as well as the other suspicious sightings on the deaths listed above, join a list of other deaths believed to be associated with the drug running of Barry Seal. So Barry Seal was also believed to be part of this MENA connection, drug trafficking in the late 80s that continued after his murder the prior year to his incident. A list of suspicious deaths include the friend of Henry and Ives, Keith Coney, who died in an accident a few months later, having seen Henry and Ives the night they died and reported concerns to the police. So it looks like people, hold on a second. So yeah, there's a lot that could be talked about that case because it's kind of solved, but not really. Dream about a truck full of Cheetos, yes. Really, Cheetos are good. So that's what happened with that. And let me see if there was anything else. Let's see. The Boys on the Tracks. Murder on the Tracks, a massive cover up by Kevin Ives and Don Henry is a YouTube video. Let's see if it mentions Mara's book. Excuse me. I don't see it. All right. Now, you're hungry, 71. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about? Is there something that's going on in the community that you want to talk about, you wish to discuss? Anything drama wise or any other true crime cases that you want to talk about? Let's see what's going on. So yeah, a lot of people are going to be covering this. It looks like I'm seeing a whole lot of that. And let me get that clicked off. Anybody? Anybody gonna say anything else? Um, so let me see. Okay. Am I going to do any new crime ones? Well, 71, yeah, I'm looking to, to find a case that interests me that I can plug into. Other than that, I'm going uh I still got a couple to do on the um pre-recordeds from here in Arkansas. I've still got the realtor and the senator that were both two females that were both murdered, and I just got to sit down and do those. Hopefully, one of those this week. I mean, surely I can get that done. Making coffee, waking up with Barb and the gang. Yeah, Taco. Oh no. Oh, now see when once SR went at me, I unsubscribed and I have only clicked on his a few times when I've heard something was going on. Why is he bothering CJ again? Texas, good morning. Hey, Angie Ray. How's it going? I have never in my whole life. The realtor, yes, the realtor was kidnapped and held. Let's see. Uh, let me look her up because I can tell y'all about it now. But then we'll be doing I'll be doing a whole story. Um, oh, it just makes me sick. I just saw the picture of the female that was part of. Mm, just makes me sick. They were they she was kidnapped and held for like a day. And then her son, well, her family started the Beverly Carter Foundation. Here, I'll just. This is from the foundation on Thursday, September 25th. Um, she was working at 5:15 that evening. Her day began to wind down. She called her husband Carl. They've been married 35 years to let him know that she had one last 6 o'clock appointment. She had a home to show to a couple and was going to pick up dinner on the way home. But her client, a man and a woman who identified themselves as a relocating married couple, weren't looking to buy a home. They were looking to get some money because if you don't know, like realtors, you see their you see these beautiful pictures of realtors like on park benches and other advertising, and they look really, really good. And they appear to be wealthy because you want your realtor to be successful. And often money and success go hand in hand. I mean, as a business person, not having any money doesn't show that you're doing very well. So a realtor's going to have the best appearance. The photographs are going to be so beautiful. They're going to look great. They're going to look rich. They're going to look successful because part of their sell you as a realtor, you have to sell yourself to someone to either help them find a house or to sell a house. So you're going to look their very, very best. And photographs can be made to look better. And so anyway, she was a beautiful woman. She was. And this couple found her, I guess, on a park bench, or some kind of advertising, and they thought she would be somebody good to get money from, like ransom. Um, they wanted some quick cash. I don't. They probably weren't thinking they were going to get a whole lot, but the thing was, she didn't have any money. Like she wasn't. She didn't. They they didn't have a lot of money. Um, she was kidnapped and they tried to get ransom money. When the ransom didn't go as planned, they became her murderers. She was killed in an attempt to cover up their initial crimes. Uh, one of the one of the two murderers said, "I wanted her gone." Uh, when asked why Beverly, her killer, which is the male, explained that she was a woman and worked alone, a rich broker. So an easy target, a realtor's an easy target. They're out there. They are going into homes where you, well, and a lot's changed because, in fact, this foundation they're trying to train realtors and to be careful because just think about it, you're going in people's homes all the time. Um, and she got kidnapped out of this home. She was supposed to be showing. Let's see, y'all are talking about SR. Hey, Daisy Duke. Hey, Burnt Popcorn. I know Souls. Yeah, I've found press conferences before, but I'm having a hard time trying to find it and then talking here. So I was just asking for some help. Uh, thanks, Broken. Um, I'm just catching up with you guys. Yeah, realtors. Yeah, they probably are. Um, so they're not. This isn't the right place for me to, because that's the family's. Mm, I just wanted to like read because I don't want to. Let's see. She was 50 years old when she was killed. She was an agent for Cry Like Realtors. Um, the next day they okay, so they also of course initially started trying to blame her husband. He got worried about 9 p.m. Like she was supposed to meet at 6 p.m. and by 9 p.m. he became worried. He'd been married to her for 35 years. He knew that I guess she was always like on time. I'll be home with dinner. Uh, so he went to the address because she did give him the address of this home, and it was in a rural area and not completely isolated. There was a home like directly across the street, but kind of rural. And I mean, it's in a an area of there's land, there's farms out there. I've gone out to that area to photograph. I used to go to that area to photograph um, this this organization in Arkansas, based in Little Rock, that helps feed people like No Kid Hungry is part of their thing. The No Kid Hungry campaign, where they uh yeah, Cole, where they um I can't look at chat when I'm trying to talk because I get completely duh. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about, but so he told the deputies he was worried at 9 p.m. He hadn't heard from his wife. He went to the address to check on her. There he found her car, her brown Cadillac sport utility vehicle, in the driveway with her purse inside, and the door of the home was standing wide open. Carl searched for his wife inside the house but didn't find her. Nothing seemed to be missing from her purse. Uh, but they couldn't find the home's door lock. You know those door locks that realtors put on? So that was missing. You know, it's got the key inside and they've got a code that you can enter a code to get the key out. Some of the newer ones. Well, I'm talking about years ago. I don't know what they have nowadays. Um, Police roped off the driveway and showed it as a crime scene. Then there was a search. Other real estate agents were looking for her, and they were out looking like from somebody to be on foot. What happened to her? Where is she? Uh, One of them, Stacy Medlock, worked with her for 6 years and said Carter is one of the top sellers. So all these realtors are looking for her. They shut their offices. So yeah, it's a. Oh, I know what I was saying. So I used to go out for this group. I did photography for them in schools and stuff when they would go in and do press conferences. The governor would come into some of the schools, and um, it was a a press gig thing. And so um, I was hired by them to go take photographs of people out in the watermelon fields. The watermelon producers at the end of the season would allow them to come in and glean from the land and take the watermelon, a day's worth of work for however many people could come out there and get like truckload, big, the big 18 wheeler would be out there and they would fill that up. And so I used to go out there. So it's a lot of that kind of land. They still use the lock boxes. Okay. I don't even know if anybody's even paying me any attention over here. Barb's over here talking and she doesn't even know if y'all are listening. Okay, so more than 100 people gathered the next day to search on foot and all-terrain vehicles. She was let me see. Mm, well, anyway, I am not going to give y'all all the information. Oh, wait a second. And then the guy who was later convicted of killing her was in Little Rock, ended up in an apartment complex where I had my very first apartment after I quit college, and went in the manager's office and jumped out the top window. Like, it was just one story up and was all bloody and stuff. But he was like over there, and then they took him to the hospital and he got away. He faced a charge of kidnapping and uh murder. Mm, it was they were looking for him, and then he was all bloody and stuff. Um they found her body in a shallow grave in Cabot, Arkansas. Um he pleaded innocent after they found his body, and then there was a girl with him. Let me see. I don't want to give y'all all the details now, because I am going to do the story on this. But she has tried to get parole a few times because she was with him, and Crystal Lowry, um, she had she was charged with the same thing as her husband. Uh, And then he tried to represent himself. Y'all, this case was crazy, but yeah, they kidnapped her, and because she had been held in their bathroom and they were aware that she could have read medicine bottles and stuff, she they they knew that they were going to get caught. And I don't know why they thought they wouldn't, why nothing would happen. You have not heard of it, Souls? Okay, well, I'm gonna be doing a pre-recorded about it. Straight for the Cheetos. Essay's looking for a phone charger. Yeah, it was a wild case. It was a wild, wild, wild case. So, the press conference is in an hour or in 15 minutes. Uh, Let's see what they're saying about the press conference here. Police to hold press conference as search for missing Savannah toddler nears 2 weeks. Has anybody ever been to Savannah? Tell me what your favorite place you've ever traveled to is. Anybody? Y'all haven't heard of it? Good. It's going to be an interesting case then for me to give y'all all that with pictures and maybe some videos and stuff. Then, if you haven't heard of it, I've been to Savannah before. It wasn't a good trip though, but I would like to go back there and not be, with the person I flew out to see to meet. And well, it was weird, but it wasn't fun. But I would like to go back to Savannah at some point. It is very pretty. Miami Beach, Ocean Drive. I want to go to the coast, the West Coast. I've never been. Anybody else have somewhere? Asheville, North Carolina. Oh, you sent me the link. Broken, you are fabulous, 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 fabulous. Thank you. So y'all want me to stay here and do it? Let me see what we got here. Oh. Do they have it set for live? I wonder why they don't have a live set up. Broken, do you know? They don't have the live stream showing on here. Feels like December, Georgia gubernatorial debate. So I don't know what's going on with that. All right. And then I have to wonder if it's gonna be on time, all that stuff. Savannah, Versailles, France. I've never been. I've been to Mexico, but not like the pretty beaches and stuff. Just across the border where you can walk across the border and shop. We went across there. I was probably 6 or 7. I don't remember, but my sister got sick while we were there, and so my father put her over his shoulder and carried her back across. It's just like you could go over there and shop for, excuse me, a day trip. That's all I remember about it, really. That my dad carried my sister. I don't know what was up with that. You love Tennessee, yeah. The Smoky Mountains are pretty, but a lot of my vacations I haven't been on since I was a kid. My family, we drove, we took vacations, and we drove. We had a camper, and but as an adult, I haven't been as many places. I did go to Savannah and St. Augustine, some other parts of Florida as an adult. Um, Northern Alabama, Tennessee. Hey, Belle. They don't they don't have it set for okay. The Georgian Bay in Canada. Oh, sounds pretty. I've never been to Canada. Yeah, Amber, I mean, my claim to fame leaving the country is just walking across the border to Mexico. Uh, so yeah, I've never been. Oh, Seattle. That sounds lovely. Yeah, 71. Well, and it's so expensive to go on a vacation. And with pets, like I can't afford to board my pets and go on a vacation. Um, with 3 dogs. I mean, if I had a dog sitter, if I had somebody stay at my house maybe, but but I haven't been able to travel in a long time um financially, which is fine, you know. It's not like I've never traveled or anything. I mean, it's not like I've never been anywhere. You're in Tennessee, but not near the mountains, and you're in the South. Oh, okay. Seattle's beautiful. All right. Same here. How many dogs you got, Gary? You got dogs? Are you saying same to what, Gary? Same. I'm cold, y'all. I'm freezing. It's gonna be a long winter for me because I'm cold all the time. Um, you didn't like anywhere in Kansas? Oh, I went to Kansas for. See, I can't remember when I went to Lilith Fair. It was in Kansas City, but I don't know if it was. I think it was in the Kansas side, and I didn't really see a whole lot, uh, of that. We went for the day. We spent the night in a motel and we came back home. I guess I don't. Yeah, chicken feet. I mean, I do like so when I'm not sitting here and I'm sitting down, I'm sitting in my recliner and I usually have two dogs piled on me because they're cold too. They're little, but we stay warm. I put a throw over me and stuff. But when I'm sitting here, I don't have all that. So, oh, you don't travel much, no pets. Everybody got cold today, huh? Whew. Yesterday I went outside and it was windy and the sun was partially on me. Well, first I got hot, and then later I went back out and I was cold, so I put on a hoodie that helped me, and then I just came back in. Louisiana. Okay. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. SA. Maybe I should put that on my Amazon wish list. You got your first hat in Kansas? I got my first hat in Little Rock. Blissful. That sounds fun, Texas. People were great. I just didn't find it cozy. Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, and besides that, pets are expensive. And then, like, I don't want to leave them for a length of time. But I mean, I've had to leave my pets to have surgeries. But, and I have traveled a little bit and left them with somebody. But it's 41 there. Like, it's cold. Your son has football practice. Oh, yeah. What's the tattoo of that you got in Cole? What's your first tattoo of that you got in Kansas? Hey, Rosie. Hey. They're wanting me to come in there because they know that I'm warm. 120 in the shade. No, no, it was oh, you're gonna come. Oh, SA's gonna come see Barb, and then they're gonna go. You have a crush on Barb? It's hard to leave your pet. I know. I don't trust just anybody with my pets. Mickey Mouse. Where is it on your body, Cole? Let's get real personal. My first I have a butterfly on my left breast. That was my first. It's purple. It's about yay big. It's not very big. Um, that was my first one. Doesn't hurt very bad on fatty skin like that. Um, souls. Yeah. Ah, Barb. I don't know about that, souls. I know there's some people who really hate me on here, but thank you for that. On your ankle? Oh, that's hurt. That's painful. I have a tiny, pretty small tattoo on the inside ankle, on my left ankle, and oh, that hurt because the closer it is to bone, the more it hurts. Essay's crushing on me. Me and Rosie. I would grab Rosie, but I'm going out to lunch and this this sweater just picks up a lot of pet hair, and so do these pants. But anyway, I'm meeting some friends out in a couple hours. Oh, Gary, get you a dog. Rescue one. What a pickup line. Tell me where's your birthmark? Well, 71 maybe on here for sure. Well, and there's people who don't want me doing things about Natasha, and that's so horrible. And then there's people who are mad at me about this or that. And sometimes people are mad at you about nothing, like they don't even know why they don't like you. But there's people I don't like either, and I could tell you why. But, you know, oh, I'm so sorry, souls. Yeah, Gary, do you want a cat or a dog? Because either one you can rescue. Um, you can rescue them, give them a life. Okay, Broken. Let's see here. I got too many windows open. I don't see another email. And will it start on time? That's the question. Unless you prefer dogs, but a rescue group could help you find a good one. Yes, rescue group. You can go to your local. I don't know. It depends on where you live, because down here in the South, we have an overabundance of cats and dogs that get rescued and sent north because there aren't as many there. The dog or cat would starve. Oh, Gary. I worry about that though, Gary, because like if something happens to me and I keep telling myself I need to set up somebody to, uh, you know, come get my pets and find them homes. I mean, that sounds morbid, but it's something to think about. Oh, I'm so sorry, SA. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. You want a border collie? That's a lot of work, isn't it? Um, I need to do that. I need to do that essay. I did ask somebody one time when COVID broke out and I was concerned. And I asked somebody that I don't really know that well, but she was in dog rescue, but she never had answered me. She's like, I had 4 dogs. Will you take my 4 dogs if I, well, and or get put in the hospital for, uh, get incapacitated. So I've got to find somebody. And also, I need like somebody who can help me from time to time do certain things around my house. Getting to the age where I'm a little worried sometimes. Hey, Kellyanne, a pup is constant care. A cat you can leave with for, yeah, you can leave a cat actually for a few days and leave them food and stuff because they use the litter box. The cat will eat you. Yeah, that's true. Kellyanne is here. Uh, okay, let me see if I got that. Oh, there's. Thanks, Broken. Oh, they are live now. Okay. Well, let's see if they start talking about it, and if they do, we will go and show it. I got it ready. Thank you so much, Broken.
This search was based on where the evidence led us. We have spent the last several days preparing and deploying extensive resources to support the search team and the investigators. And I would like to thank, for a moment, Chatham County
Can y'all
Sheriff's
hear
Office,
that?
Sheriff John Wilcher, Chatham County Emergency Management Agency, Savannah Police Department, Savannah Fire Department, Chatham Emergency Services, and many other agencies that have assisted in getting us prepared to begin our search of the landfill. We know that this is going to be a physically, mentally, and emotionally grueling task for our investigators and team. Yesterday, our team posted this picture of Quentin here on the wall of this operations center as a reminder of who we are searching for and why we continue to work so terribly hard. We want justice for Quentin, just like everybody else, and we want to find his remains so we can give him a proper resting place. Once again, we are indebted to the FBI for their unmatched expertise that they have provided to us since they arrived on scene. Less than 3 hours after Quentin was reported missing. Now I'll turn it over to Senior Supervisory Resident Agent, Mr. Clark, who also has a few remarks.
Thank you, Chief.
I can't turn it up.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Will Clark. As the Chief said, I'm the Senior Supervisory Resident Agent of the Savannah and Brunswick offices of the FBI. Throughout our process here, our goal has been to bring Quentin home and to hold anyone responsible for his disappearance accountable. We, along with our law enforcement partners, go into this process with heavy hearts. We did not want to end up at this point, but the evidence has taken us here. We are not just randomly searching this landfill. We have evidence, specific evidence that leads us to this large property. To help in this search, the FBI has brought in specialists from Quantico, Atlanta, as well as all of our personnel here in the greater Savannah area. The FBI's evidence response team, which has experience in landfill searches like this, is heading up part of this operation. At this moment, we have dozens of FBI personnel on scene in support of the Chatham County Police Department. We will have Chatham County and FBI personnel in the landfill each day, conducting a systematic search of the debris. This will be a complex and strenuous effort. Searchers will move through the debris placed on the search deck looking for evidence. Once that debris is cleared, it will be placed on the search deck and then removed and then replaced with another section of material. This will not be quick, it will not be easy, and the outcome is uncertain. As the Chief said, we want justice for Quentin, and we want to find him a proper resting place.
Hey, Jill.
Again, we share the sorrow felt by millions and promise all of our available resources and expertise to assist Chatham County in finding little Quentin.
Thank you, Will. Now we'll take a few questions if you'd like.
What makes you think that Quentin is in this landfill?
The evidence has led us to this place at this date and time.
Is there anything specific you can tell us?
Nothing I can tell you specifically.
Chief, what day do you think you would come to this landfill? Is this something you knew last Thursday, last Wednesday, last Tuesday, or yesterday, or this morning?
Agent Clark's going to answer any questions about the landfill.
We've been reviewing the evidence throughout the duration of this investigation. We've been following the evidence where it has taken us, and the evidence has taken us to this landfill. The efforts to undertake this landfill search have been several days in the planning. We've brought in experts in landfill searches to guide us to the specific area where we'll be searching. Like I said in my comments before, this is not, we're not searching the whole landfill. We have a specific area where we are looking.
And Agent Clark, in these landfill searches, I know the recovery or the evidence team has done this before. Is this an area that you've now gridded off? There's no more trash coming there. It is away from anything new that would be coming in?
Yes.
And is that because of where this trash specifically came from?
So sad.
Yes.
And then for the chief, if you don't mind.
Sure.
You know, we talked to you 2:30 the Wednesday that he went missing. this, and you were so hopeful in this. And your tone has changed. You almost sounded like you were about to choke up there. You must be emotionally drained. As investigators, as agents, just can you talk about how hard this case has been?
Yeah, you're trying to get me to cry, I think. But it has. We had a meeting yesterday, and to look across the multitude of people that are here and to feel and see their emotions, and but that's coupled with determination and dedication so we can find little Quentin and provide him a proper resting place. It does take its toll. There's a lot of time, energy, and effort that goes into not only the investigation, but the logistics in terms of getting everything we need to be able to provide the proper resources for the search teams and the investigators so we can reach a conclusion at some point. There's a large order of magnitude that has been brought to bear here for this. And I'll say it again, I can't thank the FBI enough for all that they have done. They have been tremendous and phenomenal.
And this is obviously is a criminal investigation now. It was a missing person, and there's no way that it's not, right? No one's been charged?
No one has been charged
Why has no one been charged?
because we're not ready to charge anyone yet. We still have work to do. We still have an investigation to do, and we are not going to do anything preemptively that would harm future prosecution, where I'm standing before you 6 months from now talking about a flawed investigation or talking about why we did this and why we didn't do that. I believe in our investigators. I believe in the expertise that we brought to bear here. We are tracking in the right direction, but we're only going to do that when we're ready to do that.
Chief, is that because you're holding out to make this a capital punishing case?
No.
Chief, is this landfill the only place that y'all are gonna be searching?
Yes.
You mentioned, of course, that this is going to be a large scale, really strenuous operation. Do you guys maybe have a vague idea of how long you think it'll take, or is that just kind of up to what happens out there?
It's kind of up to what happens, but as Agent Clark said, this is not going to be quick. This is not going to happen within a day or so. We are here for the long haul until we determine that we don't need to be here anymore.
Chief, let's back up a little bit in this investigation. One thing that never happened was there was never an Amber Alert sent out. There was never Levi's call sent out. Why was that?
It didn't meet the criteria of an Amber Alert at that time.
Why so?
I'd have to go back and look at the exact criteria, but we didn't have any specific information about an abduction. We didn't have a suspect for an abduction. We didn't have a vehicle description or anything like that. And Amber Alerts are very prescriptive in terms of when you can issue them, and we didn't have that information at that time.
Chief, how tough is it to stand here right now and know the only outcome of this is someone threw that little baby in the trash?
It's tough, but we understand that it's necessary. This is the work that we do, albeit emotionally draining, albeit tough, albeit difficult. But this is what the community asked of our law enforcement officers.
I want to clarify something, Chief. It was asked a question earlier. Do y'all believe that Quentin was brought here and thrown in the landfill, or thrown in the trash and then ended up in the landfill?
We believe that he was placed in a specific dumpster at a specific location, and it was brought here by regular means of disposal.
Is that dumpster at the gas station around 95?
I can't answer that.
Is Leilani Simon still the only suspect?
She is.
You mentioned the other day you didn't believe she was a flight risk. Has that changed?
That has not changed.
How hopeful are you that you'll find Quentin's body?
I have every belief that we will find his remains here at the landfill.
Do y'all know where Leilani is?
Hey, Sherry.
And I don't mean right at this actual moment, but do y'all know where she is?
I believe she's still here in Chatham County. We do not believe she's a flight risk.
And again, I'll ask one more time, what makes you believe that she's not a flight risk?
I can't get into that. Okay, thank you. Y'all have a great day.
So apparently this was about, and maybe that's why they didn't start, supposedly they didn't search over the weekend, and I couldn't hear, I could barely hear. I don't have much, I need to get some earbuds to wear while I'm doing this because I couldn't really hear, but supposedly they weren't searching, but he was just saying that this is, the FBI and other agencies are meticulously searching for him and they have a plan. And so it could be that they had searched and couldn't find anything. I don't know exactly, but I'm sure it'll be a grid search and they'll go out and they'll try and they would know because supposedly he was that they've seen the mother at this dumpster. Supposedly this mother was at this dumpster, so they would know who picked up that dumpster and where that uh drop what landfill that truck went to. So you can narrow all that. You can narrow that down. Um, but then you've got how many days of excuse me, and how much is piled on and piled on and piled on and piled on. And while you can find while dogs can smell the scent of human decomp, I don't know how that works in a landfill, and I don't know, like, we don't know, like, you wouldn't know exactly where that dumpster, or maybe maybe he wasn't in that particular dumpster. They're going on information that they have, and I believe it's likely that's where he is, or they wouldn't be, yeah, and yeah, the people in prison are going to know because this is high profile. And I don't understand. I mean, I do see why they haven't arrested her. She's their number one suspect, and without a body, it's harder to convict. And you have a right as a accused to a speedy trial, and you don't want to arrest somebody and not have all the facts yet, and then them get off because you didn't have your case put together all the way. So that could be why they're not arresting her at this point. They say they don't think she's a flight risk. So, a lot of people thought over the weekend maybe she was in the hospital or rehab or something. But yesterday she had a court appearance that didn't have anything to do necessarily with this case of the missing of Quentin. And I think it was about child custody, but I didn't even look at it. I didn't see it. So there's a lot going on here, and I don't believe that. I mean, I believe she's responsible. Also, the grandmother had custody of the kids, so I don't know, and they were living with her. So I don't know that we know the whole truth yet. How you doing, Sherry? My teeth are chattering. I got cold. No, the other kids were taken out and taken by the state and put into foster care this over Friday or the weekend or something. Oh, I'm sure there's I believe there's okay. So when Brian Laundrie was missing, or when Brian Laundrie was accused and they were watching the home, the mother was thought to be who left the home driving the Mustang, I believe it was, and it was Brian. So they're watching the house that Brian's supposedly in, and then Brian Enton, the journalist, was like, they were like, well, you should have watched. The police were like, well, you should have seen him leave. Like, the media's not there for policing. That's up to the police department. But yeah, he was able to get away. So I don't know. But I mean, I know that Dolly and that Dolly guy, whatever his channel, and then Bullhorn Betty are out there at the end of the driveway saying she's not gonna get away. She's not gonna get away through here. Well, there's other ways people can get away, but they must have some reason to know that she's not going to get away. But that's how they said Brian Laundrie was. And then we found out that he not only got away, but he was out in the woods and had taken his own life. Um, so another basic news conference with not much info. Probably Amber, probably because that could have been in a, instead of having a news conference, you could have just released that in a press release. You didn't have to. Uh, how long did that last? Like 10 minutes or something. But it's good to have them. But yeah, we didn't find out much. And I do, and you've got to hope they are because it sounded like they are doing a lot behind the scenes. No, I don't think the grandma's going to get these kids back, but they do always try to keep children with family. And in order to not get a child, if you're family, you have to be doing you have to be you have to have a lot of issues to not be able to get the child yourself if you're family because they always want to keep them with family first. And it's a lot easier to take in a child as a family member than it is if you are just want to start, being a foster parent. Oh yeah, that's true. A news conference would put more pressure on them. I can't imagine having a child. Um, I can't imagine why somebody would put a child, another human being, in a. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine putting your child in a dumpster or in the trash. It just doesn't fit in my brain. I don't get it. I'm over here literally shaking. I'm cold, and I have a heater blowing right on me. I remember doing this last winter when I first started going live. Uh, they know the area of the landfill, but it's been weeks, and I'm sorry, things are crushed. Not gonna say more. Right. And I don't know. It sounds horrible. But you got to think of everything that's in the trash, and I just can't. Hey, Trisha. Barb's definitely got to figure out a way to go live and not freeze. I mean, I'm literally. I think part of it is sitting. So I've been sitting here for an hour and a half. I'm older. My blood's not circulating real well. It is a thing with older people with age that your body temperature regulation doesn't work as well as it should. Um, my teeth are about to start chattering. It's not that cold in here, but said the same thing. Yes. That comment where they think they know. I know because Brian Laundrie was able to get away and um and he's gone and he was gone and they thought he was in the house. Don't they have like infrared that can tell how many people are in a house, how many warm bodies there are? I thought the FBI had stuff like that. I don't think that's that outlandish that they have that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're not going to give out too much information because it's got to be kept confidential for now. Mm, the crazies out front. Yeah, Bullhorn Betty and that mall or Dolly guy, whatever. Oh yeah, and money to get away. Hmm. Cranky Squirrel, y'all are talking about food. I'm going to eat at this really good small little restaurant around here. Mm. Yes, I hope that let's hope that this case is in a place where they have um cameras in court and will show us like the mother being interrogated and everything because that would be that would be great. 50 cookies and chips, 71. Oh, and Casey Anthony too. Ugh. Yeah, souls. I know. Mm-mm. It's horrible. Yeah, SA, I do too. I have my you do, you get cold too, souls. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I want to see the mom too. That me too, broken. That guy needs a shower. Yeah, that Dolly guy, I know. Um, a contact high trying to figure him out. I just don't get why people go to these well, those two people specifically go to the home and yell at them and stuff because how's that helping anything? Why don't you go help with the search, or why don't you go cover a case that nobody else is covering and get some attention to somebody's a missing person instead of yelling at family members and stuff outside the home? You guys, literally, I am shivering. And I'm going to have to get off of here. I'm so cold. I can't hardly talk. My, uh, you think it's a waste of time, souls? Oh, that's so sad. But I'd rather waste time and not find him than not try. Oh yeah, broken. Everybody's live about this, and here we are. Well, I can start covering this case if y'all want me to. I don't have a problem with that. Um, would love to actually, but there's a lot of people already covering it. So thanks, broken. I'm going to get off of here. I appreciate y'all being here today. I know there's a lot going on in the community and on YouTube. And oh, sitting out front. Okay. Ugh. Thought I put a little bit of fat on this summer. Maybe I wouldn't get this cold. Um, yeah, I will see y'all soon. I got a video coming out later today that y'all will want to watch. It will be fun and funny. And you can, Gary. You're gray. You're gray and in your beard. You might be older like me. I don't know. I'm not going to put that on you because some people have gray hair when they're younger. But I'm a cold. I get cold. I got to get one of those sweatshirts that says "Yes, I'm cold" or something. That I've seen those before. Y'all have a great day and be kind to yourself. Really love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Don't let people who are bullies cut you down and tell you you're no good or any of that stuff because you're all good. And Gary, you're a little older than me then. So did you notice that, Gary, as you age though, having the I got a heater sitting right beside me, but it's not working. I'm gonna go in here and get under a blanket and put my heating pad on my back so I'll be warm. Anyway, have a great day. I'll see everybody later, and please watch for my. Thank you, Broken, for sending me that link. I will see everybody later in my video. Make sure you watch and share if you can. Bye, y'all.